Sorry.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Community and Social Services. It's about the families in crisis and many more on the brink. They don't have the services they need to care for their adult children with developmental disabilities. Some families have no funding at all. Many are left sitting on wait lists. The Ombudsman's report concluded that the government response to their plight was unreasonable and wrong. The minister knows how important this is, yet there was no mention of services for individuals with developmental disabilities in the throne speech. And why not, Speaker? And when will the government's response improve to something better than what the Ombudsman defines as unreasonable and wrong?
Thank you. Minister of Community and Social Services.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question, because it gives me the opportunity to say how much I respect the individuals with developmental disabilities in this province, their families, their caregivers, and the challenges that they in fact face. And certainly the comments made by the Ombudsman I found to be entirely unacceptable, and this is why we're working so hard to ensure that no individual is left in unacceptable circumstances. And this is why on this side of the House we're working so very hard. Many ministries are involved to ensure that we have seamless service for these individuals. So my colleagues, the Minister of Children and Youth, the Minister of Education and I are particularly engaged in this file. And this, of course, is why we have shown our commitment to those with developmental disabilities. We are now spending some $2.11 billion per year on this particular sector. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Slow it down. Thank you, Speaker. I'm sure the minister is sincere, but the government continues pushing families to the brink of crisis before they take notice. The Hintz family, who I represent, is one example. We appreciate the minister's interest, but this family has endured months of stress and uncertainty. The Forty family also needs help. Lucas Forty needs passport funding, but he's been on the wait list for over a year. When Lucas turned 18, his funding stopped, even though he is the same person with the same needs he was the day before. Now he has to use his ODSP check for all of his needs. What will the minister do for Lucas and his family? And why did this government still say happy 18th birthday by cutting off services to those with exceptional needs?
Question. Thank you. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And of course, I cannot comment on individual cases in this House. But having said that, I want to assure every member that if they become aware of urgent situations, I and my ministry officials are anxious to look into the situation and look at any possible avenue of support. And having said that, I do want to reiterate that our government did, in fact, introduce a budget that included $810 million for the sector over 3 years, a budget that was voted against, in fact, by the opposition members. These funds have been put to exceptionally good use. We're now supporting some 42,000 individuals with developmental disabilities, direct funding for Passport now to more than 19,000 individuals, and we're currently supporting some 18,000 individuals for residential supports. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.